What's up, guys? We're gonna BroBeats, and today I'm gonna be showing you how to go from beginner to pro in this video specifically. So this is gonna be a step-by-step guide for you. So if you're new to producing, this still will help you, and if you're not new to producing, this should help you. So let's go ahead and get started. We don't have a lot of sounds because you don't need a lot of sounds. So we're gonna start at 152 BPM. This is a great BPM if you want to make like some trap-ish beats. I'm gonna be going for kind of like an emotional, kind of like pain type of beat. So we're gonna be starting with this piano. Stock plugins will work for this. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to be showing you some processing that will pretty much make any melody that you throw down sound good. So let's go in here, and I would grab in a scale, but I'm not going to do that because most people, they probably don't understand music theory if they're even watching this video or just stumbled upon it. So I'm going to show you how to use your ear because I think that's going to help you at least right now in the beginning. So all you really need to do is find a bass line. Now, for now, all you need to do is you can just copy, and I could talk about music theory and stuff, but you could go up here and try to find stuff. But the thing is, if you're a beginner at producing, none of this will even make sense anyway. Okay, so just make a melody. If you want a dark melody or something like that, you can even do something like this. If you don't like that, okay, you can keep using your ear that way. Okay, now I already kind of know what to do, right? So what we could do is skip a note here, like so. Move it over. If you want it to sound brighter, you can skip another note. But if we pull it down when these notes are right next to each other, it'll give us a dark sound. Okay, so this will be our bass line, because the bass line is pretty much your top melody. It's the part that everyone likes. It's just lower. So what we'll do is we'll use this, and I'll kind of put this where they should be. Maybe we could do an off beat like this. Okay. You see how we kind of got something going now. So I'm gonna copy this, and then I'm gonna flip it because we're gonna want like a pain melody. So a little trick for that is we can flip this like so. Boom. Okay, so you can really just copy everything I'm doing right now. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we have our bass line. This is all we really need. Okay, so since this is a beginner more tutorial, we'll stop here since we got our bass line. Now I'm gonna show you how to use your ear to build chords and a top melody on top. Now let's go ahead and add chords on top. So a chord is just a series of notes that plays together, right? So this could be a chord. That could be a chord. Pretty simple. So if you are new to music producing and you're like, what is a chord? I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna give you a trick that I show everybody, and I do this every single video because I think it's the most important skill when making beats with the mouse. Like when you clicking your notes, this is the most important thing because you can literally make 90% of your melodies doing this. So you just place a note. Here, let's just go on a different playlist so it can be cleaned up. You place a note. All you need to do is go up 7. If you can count to 7, you can make any melody you want in music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all you need to do. So from here, and a lot of people who've watched my videos before, you already know what's going to happen. Pretty much every note in between here you can pretty much use. Obviously there's going to be like scales that you can use in here, but all you need to do is just figure out, okay, what notes do I like with this? So let's just say we're making a melody like this, right? I like that. That sounds off to me, so I would not use that note. So we would know, okay, I don't want to use the G. And you just keep going down. This doesn't sound bad, right? That doesn't sound bad. These notes don't sound bad, okay? So you can pretty much cheat it. You could just use this, okay? And I know we're kind of going off the rails, but I just want to make sure at least you get some type of music theory out of this if you're a new producer, right? So now I'm gonna show you another cheat code. Just pull it up an octave. Boom, you're done. That's all you got to do. Now there's notes in between here, but let's be real. I mean, you can figure out 4 notes that sound good with these, right? So this is your cheat code, and you can use this anywhere. You could literally put this anywhere here, okay? And I know this isn't perfect explanation, but it's just something that it's like a cheat code, right, that you can use. So we're gonna use this exact same thing. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boom, right? You could do that for all of them, or if you wanted to cheat, you could just move them over and you kind of do that. But What we're gonna do is just pick a note, and I'm only gonna do this for 2 because it'll take too long. Just pull up a note and see what you like. I like that note, so I'm gonna use that. Now I have videos showing you tricks on how to create chords and like little patterns that you can recognize. I'm not gonna talk about that now. We're just gonna use this method because I think it's the most efficient when dealing with people who never even saw music before or used FL Studio before, right? It's kind of hard to explain in one video. So I'm gonna give you cheat codes. So from here, from this top note, we're gonna do the same thing. You made a chord. That's it. That's the chord. Now you do the same thing over here. Okay. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I kind of know what to do. Right. And then you can do it. Right. We can even use that note. You know, something like. Let's keep adding to this. You can see it's starting to form. Okay. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. And when I say fast forward, I'm just going to go ahead and put the notes because I already kind of know what I want to use. And then we're just going to copy this over. Boom. Okay. And then remember, we use the exact same chords over here. Oops. So all we have to do is just copy them. So just copy this right here. You can delete that bottom one and then copy this over here. And that's why I picked the pain melody for this video, is because it does this, so you don't have to worry about chord progressions and knowing like what chords work together. You could just flip it. So here we have our chords now. All right, so now we made our chords. Next, we'll do the top melody, and then from there, everything will be super smooth and super easy. Now we're gonna go ahead and make the top melody. So I would change the color for this just for you, so you can kind of know what's different. So from here, there's a lot you can do. You can steal from what you have down here as like a little cheat. So like if you wanted to use something like this, all right, and pull it up a few octaves or so, you could do that. It's up to you. Me personally, once I have the chords, I'm done using music theory. I'm completely using my ear. Like once I have the chords down, and it's just about like, what do I want to make? So, you know, you could flip it around, or let me do something like this, and let me change the color actually. And then keep in mind, every note you have over here is pretty much what you can use. Oops. Just don't forget this. You can use these notes up here too. So don't forget that. Like we could use these notes. I'm gonna pull it back because I don't want to do all that. It was all right. We could use these notes. And this is just gonna make it our own melody, right? Because the chords everyone can copy, but it's gonna make it our own melody. And honestly, I think we can just copy this the whole time, and we could make a little changes since it's just so it's not the exact same. Do something like that, okay? And for a pain melody, I would do more than this, but remember this is a beginner, so I don't want to overdo it. Perfect. I like that. We could switch some things up if you wanted to, like if we want to add, let me see, like if we wanted to add a little variation over here, like you could like do something like this. Actually, I probably would do it on both. And then we could add a little flam. Actually, no, I feel like for a beginner, I don't want to do that because people will start asking a bunch of random questions. So I think that's good. Lastly, we could just go ahead and throw this out the way. This is just a violin I picked, and this is just to add some depth. So what I did is I turned the delay up. We'll just take this care of this because it's the same process. We'll start on this F. Let's turn it back to green. and then literally just fill the spots in. And that's pretty much it. And we're gonna copy it over. Boom. And that's it. Okay, so the melody is dry. So if you're a beginner, this is not where you stop. If you stop here, people will call your beat trash or not as good as everyone else's. So what you need to do is process it. So I'm gonna show you a process chain you can use to make this sound better. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we're gonna quickly go over the effects. So I just made some basic effects for you guys. So in this order, this is what you'll use, and you can use this for all the sounds that we have here. And we only have 2 sounds, like I'll just color it or something, right? So for our first one for the piano, this is what it sounds like, dry. And then first we have the chorus. This is a new chorus in FL. You don't need this one. You can use any chorus, flanger, whatever effect you want to use. But the purpose of this is to make it sound sampley. Usually when people sample, they like do a bunch of stuff to it, like, you know, sample like old tracks and stuff like that. It'll have like these weird artifacts and sounds to it. This is like a digital cheat code. If you're using like synths or like, you know, VSTs. So I usually just throw a little chorus on there, and this is what it sounds like now. Right, and when we add a manipulation to it, that it'll sound really cool with all that weird stuff in there, right? So next you need time manipulation. You don't necessarily need this. You could just skip to the EQ, but I like using it. So I use 𝗖𝗢𝗣𝗘, just the reverse effect here. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, right here is the reverse effect. This is what I use typically. But if you don't have that, you can use the stock gross beat. All you want to go is to presets, and you want to go to momentary. And if you click here, where is it? Reverse. You'll get reverse. So it'll pretty much give you the same effect. So I'll just play it with this. And now you've kind of, your melody doesn't sound as dry anymore, right? You can do more to this. And of course, lastly, we have an EQ. Now I'm gonna show you with the 𝗖𝗢𝗣𝗘 on. Right, and the reason I use the 𝗖𝗢𝗣𝗘 is because you can see it's instant and there's no delay, so I don't have to bounce out the track. Lastly, an EQ. Now this is where my EQ is. Okay, you can try doing whatever, but basically you want to put your melody in the mids. That way your drums are crispy and your 808 is crispy, and there's no, like, you know. And then we just copy this to our violin. It's the same thing, right? And then I think it's, and I know it's super low right now, but trust me, when like the 808 is there, you can kind of adjust things, right? So now we've turned our melody into kind of like a texture. So if you do want to add more, you can, and there'll be enough room for it. But nowadays, most beats are like, the melodies are like textures, right? So I'm cool with this. If you want to boost some things, you can. But I think that's pretty much it for the effects and the rundown there. Let's go ahead and finish this beat up and add the 808 and drums. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the drums. This should be pretty easy. We have our ghost notes here. If you don't know how to put on ghost notes, go to view, and then down here, ghost channels, I believe. Yep. And let's turn those back on. So it's Alt V. So all we need to do is just put these 808s where they belong. Now, if you don't know the 808 placements, I'm gonna just show you them real quick. This is where you'll put your 808 in double time. So we're at 152. Halftime will be like below 100, and it'll be a little different, but we can talk about that later. So this is where you'd put your 808s typically. I'm not gonna go into detail, but this is pretty much where your 808s will go. Okay, every 2 bars, this is how it would look everywhere you go. Okay, so it's a little different because you can see our chords a little off. Now you can go before or after, but like I said, I don't want to get into too many details. That's just typically what you would do. So let's go ahead and add this 808 in here, and I'm gonna just kind of follow this a little bit. I'm not gonna go too on track. copy this over. I think, let me see. Nope, I'm gonna pull these up so they're consistent like this, and this is to keep it going because I feel like it resetting right here, it just sounds a little bit off, and if you're rapping over it or singing over it, I feel like they could throw them off. So you want to keep this consistent tone until the next part, which is right here. So we're pretty much finished right with it. We could take one out. Let's see. Now we're gonna copy it over, of course, and then just flip it. Just flip them like so. Let's pull these down. Maybe we could take one out and something like that. Let's try that. We'll start from here. I think that's perfectly fine. Again, with the 808, since the melody is really simple and it's not like it doesn't have like a bunch of pianos playing and stuff, we want the 808 to be a little bit more active. So that's why the 808, there's a lot of 808s playing it right here. So now we took care of that. We're gonna go ahead and take care of the drums. Now with the drums, there's a lot you could do. Let's clean this up a bit. Okay, you could go typical trap, right? Like if you really want to do that, you could. Like it will sound fine, but for me, I kind of want to, like the beat is done. We don't need to do nothing else. Like honestly, if I'm being completely honest. But you know, I kind of like the modern patterns. I like kind of, let's do, no, probably like something like this. Let's put all these on bar so we can make it easier. Maybe like I don't want like a drill, but I want something along those lines. And I kind of want the drums to stop. Like I want the drums to be active when the 808 is active, and then less active when it's not. So you can see like right here, you see like this empty space. I'm gonna keep that empty space, so it's like a consistent rhythm. And then yeah, from here, I mean, it's pretty much done. You could just, I don't know, you could just throw. Nah, I don't want that in there. Let's first throw. Right, and you can add stuff on top, but again, this is a beginner video, so I don't want to do too much. So I think this is great. This is all you really need, if I'm being honest, right? This will get you by 90%. Okay. Now if we want to open it up a bit, we could. All right, you can see now it's starting to sound way more full. I don't typically like that for like this type of style. But you can see as we open it up, it's adding more energy. You put some vocals on here, this would be a perfect beat, perfect little song. All right, so this is gonna be it for this video. Hopefully this helped you out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.